Imagine, deep night, silence, and suddenly, your loved one gets out of bed and starts walking with their eyes closed. We've all heard, under no circumstances should you wake a sleepwalker. It's deadly dangerous. Grandmothers told this as a terrifying truth. Parents passed it down from generation to generation. In horror movies, a sleepwalker is always a path to disaster. But wait, is this actually true? Or just another beautiful scare story? Today we're going to conduct a real scientific investigation. Let's figure out, is waking a sleepwalker truly deadly dangerous? Or is it a superstition from the past? And we'll deliver the final verdict, myth or reality. But first, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our investigations. To understand where this belief came from, let's travel to the distant past. Already in ancient Egypt, sleepwalking was considered a mystical phenomenon. Priests believed the sleeper was communicating with the gods. In ancient Greece, they believed that during sleep, the soul leaves the body and travels in the spirit world. Philosophers taught, sleep is a little death. The soul is temporarily free from the chains of flesh. In the Middle Ages, sleepwalking caused real terror. Villages were gripped with panic. People considered it demonic possession. If a person walked in their sleep, it meant the devil was controlling their body. Sleepwalkers were treated with exorcism, holy water, prayers, and banishment rituals. And this is where the key myth appeared. During sleepwalking, the soul is outside the body. It's connected to the body by a thin silver thread. And if you wake the sleepwalker abruptly, this thread will break. The soul will fly away forever, and the person will die. Or even worse, the soul will return but damaged, and the person will go insane. By the way, the word lunatic comes from the Latin luna, moon. People believe the moon caused madness and sleepwalking. In the 19th century, doctors finally began studying sleepwalking scientifically. The first neurologist described it as a mysterious sleep disorder, but the superstitions proved resilient. And then, cinema arrived. Already in the silent film era, the sleepwalker became a popular horror character. Hollywood cemented the cliche, a sleepwalker with outstretched arms who must never be touched. Even Shakespeare used sleepwalking. Lady Macbeth walked in her sleep, washing imaginary blood from her hands. Cinema, literature, urban legends, all of this cemented the prohibition on waking sleepwalkers. And in the internet era, myths spread at the speed of light. Thousands of posts repeat, "Don't wake the sleepwalker, they'll die." But what actually happens in a sleepwalker's brain? Time to turn to neuroscience. And we'll start with the arguments for why waking a sleepwalker really isn't recommended. Argument number 1. A sleepwalker's brain is in a unique split state. Sleepwalking occurs during the deep, slow-wave sleep phase, stages 3 and 4. The brain is simultaneously asleep and awake. The sleep cycle consists of 5 stages. Sleepwalking happens during the deepest immersion, when waking a person is hardest. On an electroencephalogram, slow delta waves are visible, a sign of the deepest possible sleep. But at the same time, the motor cortex, the zone responsible for movement, is fully active, while the consciousness and logic zone is switched off. Imagine an airplane on autopilot. It's flying, but the pilot is asleep. That's what sleepwalking is. Argument number 2. Sudden awakening from deep sleep causes extreme disorientation. Sleepwalking usually occurs in the first 1 to 2 hours after falling asleep. That's when sleep is deepest. If you suddenly wake a sleepwalker, they won't understand where they are, who's in front of them, or what's happening. A sleepwalker may perceive a loved one as a stranger, as an unknown figure in the dark, as an enemy. This is because the amygdala, the fear center in the brain, activates instantly, while rational thinking is still asleep. Argument number 3. Aggressive reaction. A woken sleepwalker may punch, push, or scream. This isn't anger, it's instinct. Medical literature describes cases where woken sleepwalkers seriously injured family members. Argument number 4. A powerful surge of stress hormones. Cortisol and adrenaline instantly flood the body. Blood pressure spikes. The heart pounds. For people with heart problems, this can be genuinely dangerous. Argument number 5. Physical danger during awakening. If a sleepwalker is on stairs, sudden fright can lead to a fall. If on a balcony, disorientation could cost them their life. A disoriented person may step in the wrong direction and end up in even greater danger. Argument number 6. Psychological trauma, especially in children. A child who is roughly and abruptly awakened during sleepwalking can experience genuine shock. This can lead to fear of falling asleep, nightmares, and chronic anxiety. A vicious cycle forms. Stress worsens sleep, poor sleep triggers sleepwalking, sleepwalking causes stress. stress. Argument number 7, statistics. Up to 30% of children and about 4% of adults experience sleepwalking. Interesting fact, if both parents were sleepwalkers, the child's chance is 60%. Sleepwalking is hereditary. Argument number 8, medical consensus. Most sleep specialists recommend not waking a sleepwalker. The best strategy is to gently, without sudden movements, guide the person back to bed. 8 serious arguments. Sounds convincing? But wait, there's another side. Because sometimes not waking a sleepwalker is far more dangerous than waking them. Let's move to the arguments against, and they could save a life. Counter argument number 1, a sleepwalker can end up in mortal danger.
Hot stoves,
boiling water, open flame. A kitchen at night is a minefield for a sleepwalker. Sleepwalkers have grabbed sharp knives without realizing it. Imagine a sleeping person with a knife. Sleepwalkers have walked out of their homes onto busy highways, stepping toward cars with their eyes closed. There are documented cases where sleepwalkers fell into pools and drowned. Medical journals describe falls from balconies, burns, fractures, and other serious injuries. According to research, about 6% of sleepwalkers sustained injuries requiring medical attention. Now let's compare. What's worse, a minute of disorientation from waking up or falling from the 4th floor? The answer is obvious. In a situation of real danger, waking a sleepwalker is not just acceptable, it's necessary. Counter argument number 2. Sleepwalkers are capable of remarkably complex and dangerous actions. In 1987, Canadian Kenneth Parks got behind the wheel in his sleep and drove 23 kilometers. He was tested in a sleep laboratory. The encephalogram confirmed his brain was indeed in a state of deep sleep. The court found him not guilty. This case entered medical and legal textbooks, and there are dozens of such cases in history. Sleepwalking became a defense argument in courts around the world. Counter argument number 3. There is a proper way to handle a sleepwalker. Step 1. Stay calm. Step 2, speak in a quiet voice. Step 3, touch gently. Step 4, guide them to bed. And here's what you should not do. Shout, shake, splash water, slap. This will cause shock and aggression. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine confirms, gentle redirection is the best strategy in most cases. But, and this is key, if the sleepwalker is in danger, wake them immediately. Even if it causes stress. Better a scared but alive person than a calm sleepwalker at the bottom of a pool. A moment of stress passes, death doesn't. Counter argument number 4. Science has long disproven the deadly danger of awakening. In medical history, there is not a single documented case of death from waking a sleepwalker. Not one in all of history. Awakening may cause confusion, stress, fright, but not death, not a heart attack, and not insanity. These are medieval tales. Temporary confusion, that's the most that will happen. Within a few minutes, the person will come to their senses. So we've heard both sides. Time to deliver the final verdict. Is it true that you shouldn't wake a sleepwalker? Myth or reality? Our verdict. Mostly reality, but with crucial caveats. Waking a sleepwalker is indeed not recommended. The brain is in deep sleep, and sudden awakening causes severe stress and disorientation. But myths about death, heart attacks, escaping souls, and insanity are complete nonsense. Superstitions from the Middle Ages with no scientific backing. Real risks of awakening: temporary confusion, aggressive reaction, possible falls, and psychological stress. Serious, but not deadly. The best strategy is not to wake them, but to gently guide them back to bed. Quiet voice, careful touches, patience. But if the sleepwalker is in mortal danger, near a window, on a road, near fire, wake them without hesitation. Life is more important than a moment of stress. And if there's a sleepwalker in the family, take safety measures. Locks on windows, stair gates, motion sensors. Bottom line, the advice not to wake a sleepwalker is generally correct, but it's not an absolute rule. Common sense comes first. And now, bonus facts about sleepwalking that will definitely amaze you. Fact 1. Sleepwalkers can cook food in their sleep, frying eggs, making sandwiches with their eyes closed. This phenomenon is called nocturnal eating activity. People ate the entire contents of the fridge overnight. In the morning, they woke up with chocolate on their faces, not understanding what happened. Complete amnesia! Fact 2. Sleepwalkers can drive cars, starting the engine, following traffic rules, and all of this in their sleep. Fact 3. Sleep texting. People send messages from their phones without waking up, often complete gibberish. In the morning, they discover crazy messages sent in the middle of the night on their phones, and remember nothing. Fact 4. Sleepwalkers left hotel rooms. They woke up in lobbies, elevators, parking lots in just their pajamas. One person ordered food delivery through an app in their sleep. In the morning, 10 pizzas were delivered. He didn't remember ordering. Fact 5, the most incredible. Some sleepwalkers create masterpieces of art in their sleep. British artist Lee Hadwin draws stunning paintings while he sleeps. In the morning, he doesn't remember a single brushstroke. His works have been exhibited in prestigious galleries and sold for thousands of dollars. And here's the irony. When Hadwin tries to draw while awake, he produces pitiful scribbles. His talent only works in his sleep. Fact 6. Sleepwalking doesn't only happen in humans. Dogs, cats, and even horses walk in their sleep. Horses sleep standing up and can start walking around the stable without waking up. Fact 7. Every third child has sleepwalked at least once, but by adolescence, most outgrow it. Fact 8. Sleepwalkers have their prefrontal cortex completely shut down, the brain zone responsible for logic, morality, and decision-making. That's why sleepwalkers can carry on seemingly meaningful conversations while speaking absolute nonsense. One sleepwalker completely rearranged all the furniture in the living room overnight. In the morning, the family didn't recognize their own home. Fact 9, the creepiest. Many sleepwalkers walk with their eyes open. They look right at you, but don't see you. Eyes open, pupils dilated, but the brain doesn't process visual information. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Fact 10, there are documented cases where sleepwalkers walked several kilometers in a single night without waking up. If there's a sleepwalker in your family, install locks on windows, stair gates, motion sensors, and remove sharp objects. Remember, a sleepwalker is not a zombie and not possessed. It's just a person whose brain is stuck between sleep and waking. Be there and be patient. Have you or your loved ones ever walked in your sleep? What's the craziest thing that happened? Tell us in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. See you in the next episode of Myth or Reality.